The Indian economy has come a long way, from a struggling post-independence economy to one of the world's fastest-growing nations. But how did we get here, and where are we headed? In this video, we'll uncover the story of India's economic transformation, explore its current challenges and triumphs, and analyze expert predictions for the future. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a student, or just curious about the world's fifth largest economy, this journey will leave you inspired and informed. Stick around as we dive deep into the past, present, and future of the Indian economy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. India's economic history is a story of stark contrasts. Once a thriving center of trade and prosperity, India's fortunes declined drastically under British colonial rule. Today, let's take a deep dive into the past to understand how historical events shaped India's economic landscape, setting the stage for the present and future. Before British colonization, India was often referred to as the Golden Bird. The country was a global economic powerhouse, contributing over 20% of the world's GDP, thanks to its flourishing textile, spice, and agriculture industries. Cities like Calicut, Surat, and Bengal were major trade hubs, drawing merchants from across the world. However, this golden era began to fade with the advent of British rule. Over the next 2 centuries, India's wealth was systematically drained. The British introduced exploitative policies like the deindustrialization of Indian textiles, heavy taxation on farmers, and the forced cultivation of cash crops like indigo and opium. These policies not only led to widespread poverty, but also devastated local industries. By the time India gained independence in 1947, its share of global GDP had plummeted to a mere 3%. At independence, India faced monumental challenges: widespread poverty, illiteracy, a low industrial base, and a largely agrarian economy. The new government, led by Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, adopted a socialist framework, emphasizing self-reliance and state-led industrialization. The focus was on building heavy industries, improving infrastructure, and fostering scientific research. However, these efforts faced limitations, as excessive bureaucracy and import substitution policies stifled growth. India's economic trajectory took a dramatic turn in 1991. By then, the country was facing a severe balance of payments crisis, with foreign reserves barely sufficient to cover 3 weeks of imports. This crisis forced India to adopt a series of bold economic reforms under the leadership of then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao and Finance Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. These reforms, known as liberalization, privatization, and globalization, or LPG reforms, marked a paradigm shift. The government opened up the economy to foreign investment, reduced tariffs, and privatized public sector enterprises. For the first time, India embraced the global marketplace, allowing its industries to compete and thrive on an international scale. This led to a remarkable surge in economic growth, with GDP growth rates climbing to over 7% in the years that followed. In the 1960s, India was struggling with food shortages and depended heavily on imports to feed its population. The Green Revolution, spearheaded by agricultural scientist Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, introduced high-yield crop varieties, modern irrigation techniques, and chemical fertilizers. This transformed India from a food deficit nation into a self-sufficient agricultural powerhouse, significantly boosting rural incomes and reducing poverty in many regions. Another major milestone was the IT boom of the 1990s and early 2000s. Companies like Infosys, Wipro, and TCS capitalized on the global demand for software development and IT services. Bengaluru emerged as the Silicon Valley of India, creating millions of jobs and establishing India as a leader in the global technology industry. Today, the IT sector contributes over 7% to India's GDP and plays a crucial role in its economic growth. The past reforms laid the foundation for India's transformation into one of the world's fastest-growing economies. The 1991 reforms unlocked India's entrepreneurial spirit, while agricultural and technological advancements ensured food security and global competitiveness. However, the journey wasn't without its challenges, including growing income inequality, rural distress, and environmental concerns. Transition to present-day analysis. Understanding India's economic past provides valuable insights into its resilience and potential. But where does India stand today, and how is it navigating the complexities of the 21st century? Let's explore the present state of the Indian economy, its achievements, and the hurdles it must overcome to sustain growth. India today is a global economic force, but what's driving this growth? Let's take a closer look at the present state of the Indian economy, its key trends, government initiatives, and the challenges that lie ahead. India's GDP currently stands at around $3.7 trillion, making it the fifth largest economy in the world. Despite global uncertainties, India's economy is projected to grow at a robust rate of 6 to 7% this year, outperforming many developed nations. Sectorally, the Indian economy is a dynamic mix of agriculture, industry, and services. The IT sector continues to be a growth driver, contributing over 7% to the GDP. Tech giants like Infosys, TCS, and startups in fintech, edtech, and health tech are fueling innovation. Manufacturing, supported by initiatives like Make in India, contributes about 15 to 17% of the GDP. India is becoming a global hub for electronics, automobiles, and even space technology. Agriculture, despite contributing only around 18% to the GDP, remains the backbone of rural India, providing livelihoods for nearly 50% of the population. The Digital India initiative aims to transform India into a digitally empowered society. From boosting internet penetration to promoting digital payments and e-governance, this program is revolutionizing how businesses and individuals interact with technology. For example, UPI, Unified Payments Interface, has made India a global leader in digital transactions, with billions of transactions processed every month. Meanwhile, Make in India focuses on boosting manufacturing and attracting foreign direct investment, FDI. The initiative targets sectors like electronics, textiles, and defense, with a goal of creating jobs and making India a global manufacturing hub. Recently, companies like Apple and Tesla have shown increased interest in setting up operations in India, signaling the success of these efforts. One of the pressing challenges is inflation, which impacts the cost of living and erodes consumer purchasing power. Rising fuel and food prices have been particularly concerning, as they affect both urban and rural populations. Despite economic growth, unemployment remains a significant issue, especially among the youth. While government initiatives like Skill India aim to address this, the demand-supply gap in the job market persists, highlighting the need for more robust employment policies. India is not immune to global challenges, including geopolitical tensions, supply chain disruptions, and fluctuating commodity prices. These factors create uncertainties that can impact exports, foreign investments, and overall economic stability. India's present economic landscape is a mix of impressive growth and significant challenges. While initiatives like Digital India and Make in India are paving the way for a brighter future, inflation, unemployment, and global headwinds remind us that the journey is far from over. But what does the future hold? Let's explore expert predictions and India's long-term potential. India stands at the cusp of a transformative future, with ambitions to become a $10 trillion economy by 2030. But how will this journey unfold? Let's dive into the emerging opportunities, game-changing sectors, and the bold predictions that could reshape India's economic destiny. Currently a $3.7 trillion economy, India's vision of hitting the 10 trillion mark by 2030 is ambitious but achievable. This growth will hinge on strategic investments in infrastructure, technological advancements, and a surge in domestic consumption driven by its expanding middle class. Experts believe that if India maintains an annual growth rate of 7 to 8%, it could solidify its position as the third largest economy globally, overtaking Germany and Japan. AI is expected to play a pivotal role in transforming industries like healthcare, agriculture, and manufacturing. With initiatives to develop AI-driven solutions, India could become a global hub for AI innovation, driving productivity and economic gains. India has set ambitious renewable energy targets, aiming for 500 gigawatts of renewable capacity by 2030. Investments in solar and wind energy are not only addressing climate change, but also positioning India as a leader in the global green economy. India's advancements in defense and space technology are remarkable. From launching its first private rocket to sending missions to the Moon and Mars, India's space sector is poised to generate billions in revenue while inspiring global partnerships. The defense sector, boosted by the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, is focusing on self-reliance and exports. India's urban population is projected to surpass 600 million by 2030, fueling demand for housing, transportation, and consumer goods. The rising middle class, which already accounts for nearly 30% of the population, will be a key driver of domestic consumption. This demographic shift presents immense opportunities for industries like real estate, retail, and e-commerce. India is undergoing a massive infrastructure overhaul, with projects like the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway and Bharatmala aimed at improving connectivity and reducing travel time. These roadways will boost trade and open up new economic corridors. The introduction of bullet trains such as the Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail project will revolutionize transportation, making it faster and more efficient. Upgrades to existing railways are also enhancing freight and passenger capacity. Initiatives like Gift City Gujarat, International Finance Tech City, and over 100 smart city projects aim to create sustainable urban centers with state-of-the-art technology, efficient resource management, and improved quality of life. India's leadership in the green economy is already evident, with massive investments in electric vehicles, renewable energy, and sustainable agriculture. Moreover, as global supply chains shift away from China, India is emerging as a preferred destination for manufacturing, thanks to its skilled workforce, government incentives, and geopolitical positioning. When compared to other prominent economies, India's growth trajectory is unique. Unlike developed nations facing aging populations, India boasts a demographic dividend with a young and dynamic workforce. While China's economy shows signs of slowing down, India is steadily gaining ground, emerging as the fastest-growing major economy in the world. With ambitious targets, emerging opportunities, and a robust foundation, India's future is brimming with potential. As the nation leverages its strengths in innovation, infrastructure, and a growing consumer base, it's poised to reshape the global economic landscape. Stay tuned as we explore how India's economic journey continues to inspire and evolve. We've taken a journey through the Indian economy, from its struggles post-independence to its impressive rise as one of the world's fastest-growing economies today. We've explored how sectors like IT, manufacturing, and agriculture are driving growth, and how government initiatives like Digital India and Make in India are shaping the future. Looking ahead, India's ambitious target of becoming a $10 trillion economy by 2030, combined with emerging sectors like AI, renewable energy, and space technology, signals an exciting future. The nation's rapid infrastructure development and rising middle class will play pivotal roles in this transformation. Now, we want to hear from you. What's your prediction for India's economy in the next decade? How do you see these changes shaping the future of India and the world? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, and subscribe for more deep dives into the global economy. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.